Hi everyone. I am actually with the tour group today. We are in the eastern section of Kyoto. We're enjoying so many places, so many things to eat, so many things to experience, absorb, and photograph. Japan is just amazing. And in order to really see Japan, you're going to have to get around. And everyone has heard of the bullet train, otherwise known as the Shinkansen. But what is it? How do you use it? What does it cost? How do you get a pass? What are the rules? Everyone's heard of the bullet train pass, but very few people know anything about it. Well, allow me to take the time in this video to explain to you the bullet train in Japan.
As you know, I'm in Japan as often as I can be. And when I land at the airport, I do not waste time. Here's the best way to explain it. When I bring tour groups to Japan, I need to know what I'm doing. I need to find amazing things for my tour members to see and eat, visit, and experience, and I cannot do that with them. I need to know everything in advance. Write down the details. How do you get there? Is there a cost? Are there hotels nearby? Any good restaurants? If so, what kinds? Ramen, sushi, tempura? I need to know everything before I plan a visit with a group. Makes sense, right? Well, I'll give you an example. In the year 2012, I went nuts, visiting 19 cities in Japan. During one trip in September of that year, I sampled about 35 different ramen spots, and on the 25th day of that trip of eating only Japanese food, I had the urge to find some good old American cuisine in Tokyo and just immerse myself in the comforts of a common, everyday, red-blooded American meal. So truly, that's when I really thrive. I'm serious. I do everything I can to devour every experience, doing the research, making reservations, asking questions, you name it. When you're alone in Japan, you can move around with impressive speed. And in order to visit one spot, then travel to another spot, then travel to another spot, you need to access Japan's bullet train system. Depending on the trip, I may ride the bullet train during peak hours or late in the evening when I'm all alone at the train station and every Japanese citizen is home for the night. In Japan, the bullet train is called the Shinkansen. Now, everyone has heard of the bullet train, but there's a lot of misconceptions. I was reading online that one person typed, "And you move at 400 miles an hour." Another person said, "And they all run on magnets." And I even read, "And it's free to Japanese citizens too." No, no, and no. First of all, let me explain the bullet train the best way that I can. This will be very easy to understand. Now, this example won't work for every conceivable circumstance, but you'll get the idea. Let's use a major city for the example. I will use New York City and the surrounding areas for this demonstration. There's Manhattan. There's the Bronx. This is upstate New York. There's New Jersey. There's Allentown, Pennsylvania. There's Philadelphia. Now, I will pretend to use some form of Japan's transit system to get around the area. From one area of the city, like going from the Bronx to Manhattan, I would use the common subway. To go from a nearby city like New Jersey to Manhattan, I would use a taxi cab or, if it's available, some sort of a long-range subway or an extended train system. But if I'm going from a major city like Philadelphia to New York, I'm not going to take a cab. And there's no subway that's going to get me there. So from major city to major city, I would use the Shinkansen. The Shinkansen and the Shinkansen railways are major train lines that allow the Japanese and tourists to get from one major area to another in cleanliness and comfort, and making great time due to the train's speed and efficiency. The Shinkansen was officially running in Japan in 1964, and in 2014 it celebrated 50 years of unparalleled service that provides rides to more than 4 billion people. Now, this is a quick way to explain what it really is. The Japan Railway Group, JRG, is a group of 7 big Japanese companies that have taken control of the entire bullet train and JR, Japan Rail, railway system. The JRG consists of 5 managing companies and 2 other companies that maintain non-rail issues like marketing, research, and IT systems. And by the way, most people make the mistake of thinking the word Shinkansen means bullet train. Wrong. Shinkansen means new trunk line. It was a name adapted in the 1930s, where a new train system was considered to connect main railways to Tokyo in order to foster business and service. The Shinkansen is merely nicknamed bullet train because of its unique shape and speed. The passenger train cabins are offered in reserved, non-reserved, and deluxe accommodations. You'll hear the term green car while you're riding the Shinkansen. This doesn't refer to eco-friendly cars. Green cars are considered first-class cars. And between major cities, it will stop at several train stations along the way. Some bullet train lines stop at some spots, while other bullet train lines stop at different spots. It's not one stop fits all. Never assume that each and every train makes the same stops along the way. That would be an enormous mistake. Take my advice. Always be sure. Don't trust your memory and don't take guesses. Visit an information center and double check. Now, getting a pass. It's easier than you think. Follow my advice. Number 1, if you're an American, you purchase the voucher online. The voucher can be purchased in increments of 7, 14, and 21 days. Keep in mind, when you purchase it online, you're purchasing the voucher, not the pass. And when you purchase the voucher, you're only specifying the type of pass, ordinary or first class, and how long it will be. This is important to remember. You aren't specifying the dates the pass will be used, only the length and the type. Now, step 2. After purchasing the voucher online, the voucher company will send you the voucher. Make sure you purchase the voucher long before your trip so it arrives before your flight to Japan. Step 3. When you land in Japan, you will bring your voucher to the JR office. They will review your voucher, ensure that it matches the name on your passport, and then they will issue you the official pass to reflect the dates of your intended use. The JR pass isn't just for bullet trains. Use it for all JR railways, JR buses, JR ferries, and even some JR express shuttles. When I'm in Japan, I make severe use of this pass. I wear it out. Then, while you're in Japan, you can pick the trains that fit your schedule. Sometimes you can even pick the available seats of your choice and settle in for a great ride. When I have a long ride, maybe from Tokyo to Kyoto, I sit back, put my earbuds in my ears, and listen to my favorite music as Japan whizzes past me at over 100 miles an hour. The overhead train notification system announces all of the necessary stops using a digital scrolling sign and over-the-train loudspeaker in both Japanese and English. Bottom line, if you're paying attention, you won't miss your stop. A few things to remember. The bullet train is on a schedule that is so strict and deliberate it's hard to fathom. In most cases, it will alert you about 3 minutes in advance that it's about to arrive at the train station. Once it arrives and stops, the doors will open for an average of 45 seconds. The train attendants at each station monitors the flow of passengers in and out of the train. So it's important to remember that when the train informs you that you're arriving at your station in about 3 minutes, put your phone away, grab all of your luggage, double check to make sure you have everything in your possession, then stand in line with everyone else as you get off the train. If you start to get your belongings together when the train stops, I can almost guarantee that you're going to miss your stop by waiting too long. And the train will start moving with you still on it. The train will continue on its way, and there's nothing to stop it or reverse its course. So if you make that mistake of missing your stop, you'll have to wait until the train gets to the next station, then you'll get on another train heading backwards. Not only that, but I have seen dozens of people panic to get off too fast because they weren't paying attention, only to find that they didn't take the time to gather their belongings. They accidentally leave their phone, their wallet, their passport, their purse, jackets, hats, even suitcases on the train. And if you fall asleep on the train and you don't get off the train at your scheduled stop, you'll find yourself spending a few wasted hours on reversing your traveling. And when you have friends, family, a hotel or dinner reservation waiting for you, you can really pay the price for this error. When the train announces your stop, start getting ready. Next, if you lose or misplace your bullet train pass, there is no replacement for it. You cannot have a pass reissued or copied. Through my experiences in Japan, I have devised an unorthodox system for legally rectifying this problem, but it's a system that I have worked on for years. You don't have such a system or helpful contacts in place in Japan. Take my word for it. If you lose your JR pass, you will have to purchase individual tickets for each train everywhere you go. This can cost you more than $100 a day. Do not lose your pass. You cannot obtain a replacement pass. You cannot purchase another one when you're in Japan. When you're traveling through Japan, it's more important than your passport. I'm not kidding. Next, if you purchase an ordinary train pass, you will be allowed to use it for standard train rides. This is a standard pass that allows you to ride all the standard trains throughout the country. A green pass will allow you to ride first-class trains and on express trains. Keep in mind, it will cost you more cash. If you tried to ride a first-class train with an ordinary pass, they will either boot you off or ask you to pay an additional cost to ride the train. You do not want that to happen. In 2005, I saw one tourist cause a big scene in a rail car, and he was removed from the train and his pass was confiscated. And get this, new technology, the future of bullet trains, is going to be so impressive. From maglev technology to new amazing ideas. They've been working on these concepts since the 1970s, when the Japanese plan. In fact, the amazing maglev technology for Japanese bullet trains has been continuously researched and optimized on the Yamanashi test track since 1997. And the speed of the maglev train can run as high as 310 miles an hour. The trains have a specific schedule that they adhere to. Some trains begin to offer service as early as 5 in the morning, and some don't. Some offer rides till midnight, and some don't. Again, always ask for guidance. Never assume. You'll notice that the trains are hyper clean, and this is accomplished by a series of diligent teams, usually wearing adorable pink outfits, that are deployed at certain main train stops to temporarily shut down the train service and clean the entire train with an almost robotic effort to scour the cabin, pick up the trash, clean the floors, empty the waste cans, wipe down the service trays, inspect the entire cabin and the train station to ensure everything is taken care of, and then reopen the cabins for the passengers. It's impressive, and it occurs every day all the time. It's truly something to see. Depending on the type of train and the length of the ride, a service attendant offers a small snack cart with food and beverages. And if you want to ensure you can enjoy a meal on the train, you can purchase something at the train station and take it aboard with you when you enter the train. The bullet train in Japan is nothing short of a marvel, especially for folks who wish to visit multiple cities while they're there. It's accurate, easy to understand, clean and comfortable. And if you're coming to Japan, it's the answer to all of your prayers.
For more information about the amazing bullet train, we provided links and information as always below this video. And then as always, there's the Contact Us button. Click on it. You can contact me or my staff directly. For JourneyToJapan.com in Kyoto, Japan, I'm Carl Rosa. Thank you for watching.